In part 1, one nurse uncovered a hospital's deadly secret. But the nightmare gets darker. This is part 2, where the body count rises, the betrayals cut deeper, and the explosive truth goes viral. If you thought the organ harvesting ring was twisted, buckle up. This is where Margot risks everything to burn Kingsley Biomed to the ground. Smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell, because you're about to witness the most shocking 20 minutes of this story. This isn't just an ending, it's a reckoning. Let's finish this.
The SUV's headlights pinned me against the gas station's neon glow. I lunged behind a pump, heart hammering. The clerk inside, a pimple-faced kid chewing gum, froze, eyes wide as saucers. "Call 911, I screamed. He dialed, but I knew Boone's buddies would intercept it. The SUV door creaked open. A polished Oxford shoe hit the asphalt. Whitmore.
Miss Fredrick, let's discuss that heart you stole.
I palmed Wyatt's knife and slashed the nearest fuel hose. Gasoline gushed, pooling around his feet.
You're bluffing.
He sneered, stepping closer. I flicked Lila's lighter. The explosion singed my eyebrows. Whitmore dove for cover as flames licked the SUV's tires. I sprinted to a rusted pickup idling at the curb, its bed stacked with fishing gear. The driver, a grizzled man in a Vietnam vet cap, stared. "Drive now." I pressed the knife to his thigh. He floored it. We ditched the truck at a derelict boathouse on the Tombigbee River. The vet, name tag Hank, bandaged my blistered hands with a bandana.
"You're that nurse, the one they're framing on the news."
The TV in his radio crackled. Margo Fredrick wanted for arson, theft, and 3 homicides.
They killed my friend. They're killing everyone. I hurled a whiskey bottle at the wall. Hank lit a hand-rolled cigarette.
"I served with Jonathan Pike. He saved my ass in Fallujah. Then he vanished."
I showed him the Hearts label. T. Morales. Kingsley's using vets, harvesting them like cattle.
The radio hissed. A dispatcher's voice. "All units, suspect spotted near mile marker 22.
"Take my bike. There's a storage locker in Mobile, Pike's old unit. Comb through it."
Why help me?
He patted a photo on the wall. Pike and him, arms slung over each other.
"Semper Fi, sister."
Locker number 117 reeked of mildew and gun oil. Pike's stash maps of Magnolia Mercy, invoices from Kingsley Biomed, and a USB drive labeled Phoenix.
A shadow shifted behind me.
"Hank send you?"
Hale emerged, face gaunt, clutching a syringe.
Stay back. I raised the knife.
"They're watching the locker."
He jabbed the syringe into his own neck. Morphine.
"They took my daughter's body. Won't even let me bury her." The USB held video files. OR footage, Hale operating on a John Doe. Then Whitmore and Boone removing the heart. Timestamp, the night Tessa Morales died. They overdosed her. Made me harvest the organs post-mortem to hide the toxins. Emily's heart came from a donor they acquired.
A noise echoed, a metallic click. Hale shoved me behind a crate as bullets shredded the locker door. Hale lunged, scalpel flashing. They grappled, crashing into shelves. Boone's gun skidded to my feet. "Margo, run!" Hale gasped, blood blooming on his scrubs.
I fled, USB burning a hole in my pocket. Behind me a final gunshot, then silence. Dawn found me at a library computer. I uploaded the footage to every news outlet, Reddit thread, and conspiracy forum. Within minutes, the videos trended. #Harvest of Shadows went viral. My burner rang. Unknown number, robotic voice. You've made a mess. But the phoenix rises from ashes. Watch the news. The screen flickered.
Breaking report. Kingsley Biomed CEO announces breakthrough cardiac gel. No donors needed. Stock prices soar.
The USB drive had been a decoy. The real weapon, the gel formula, was already theirs. Whitmore's text lit my screen. Checkmate. Outside, sirens wailed.
The library's emergency exit slammed behind me as police sirens screamed into the parking lot. Rain sheeted down, turning the asphalt into a black mirror.
I sprinted toward the tree line, Whitmore's checkmate text burning in my mind. They'd outplayed me, again. Hank's motorcycle crouched under a tarp where I'd hidden it, the keys cold in my trembling hand. I revved the engine and peeled onto the highway, rear view mirror flashing red and blue. A patrol car fishtailed into pursuit. Go viral. My ass. The world believed Kingsley's lie. The cardiac gel was their golden ticket, and I was just the crazy nurse who'd snapped after losing a patient. But I still had the label from Tessa's heart, property of Kingsley Biomed, and I knew where they'd stashed their sins.
Kingsley Biomed's research facility loomed outside Mobile, a glass and steel fortress standing tall and visible for miles in every direction. Hank's intel said it was the heart of Project Phoenix, where they'd engineered the gel and butchered donors.
I ditched the bike in a drainage ditch and crept through the woods, the rain masking my steps. The guard at the side gate slumped in his chair, a Sports Illustrated hiding his face. I slipped past, Wyatt's knife slick in my grip.
Inside, the sterile halls hummed with graveyard shift complacency. Lab techs shuffled between rooms, their voices muffled by sealed doors.
Then I saw it. OR7. Through the observation window, a body lay on the table. A child. Tubes snaked from her arms, her chest splayed open like a gutted fish. A machine pulsed where her heart should have been. Emily Kingsley, alive. She's been stable for 6 hours, a voice said behind me. I spun. Dr. Park, the anesthesiologist, stood in the shadows, his glasses glinting. You're supposed to be dead, I hissed.
So are you. He nodded to Emily. The gel failed. Her body's rejecting it. They're prepping a new heart tonight.
A door clanged open. 2 orderlies wheeled in a gurney.
The patient thrashed against restraints. Jesse Dawson, whose?
They promised him early release, Park whispered. All he had to do was show up for a physical.
Jesse's chart slipped from the gurney. Blood type, O positive, same as Emily's.
Park pressed a keycard into my hand.
Storage freezer, 3rd floor. The evidence you need is there.
Why help me?
He touched the photo pinned to his lab coat. A girl with Down syndrome, grinning.
My daughter's on their list too.
The orderlies strapped Jesse down. A surgeon entered. Boone in scrubs, his raven tattoo peeking above his mask.
Harvest's in 20 minutes, he barked. Keep him sedated.
I lunged for the stairs.
The storage freezer reeked of iron and frost.
Rows of coolers stretched into the gloom, each tagged with names. Tessa Morales, Jonathan Pike, Eleanor Carter. I wrenched one open. Organs floated in cryofluid, barcodes laser-etched onto the tissue. Not donations. Inventory. A camera blinked above me. Too late.
The freezer door hissed shut.
You're persistent, Miss Fredrick, but even rats freeze eventually. The temperature plummeted.
My fingers turned blue as I clawed at the door. Hypothermia's fog crept in, Wyatt's voice whispering, "You're gonna get us in trouble, Mags." Then, a spark. Lila's lighter, buried in my pocket. I held the flame to a coolant pipe. The metal groaned. Boom! The pipe burst, spewing liquid nitrogen. I dove as the door shattered, glass shrapnel embedding in the wall. Alarms blared. Go!
Emily's OR was chaos. Jesse convulsed on the table, his chest cut open. Boone cursed, clamping a ruptured artery.
Get another heart.
I barreled into him, scalpel slashing. He parried, his Glock skidding under a cabinet. We crashed into monitors, fists, and fury.
You're too late. The gel's already on the market. Thousands will die and you'll take the blame. Emily's monitor flatlined. Boone froze. No, she was the test subject.
I plunged the scalpel into his neck. Jesse's pulse thready, I did the unthinkable. I grafted Emily's failing gel-infused heart into his chest.
What are you doing? Saving 2 lives, maybe?
The monitors stuttered, then a steady beep. Jesse's eyes fluttered. Mom! Sirens wailed outside, police, ambulances, news vans.
I slipped into the storm, Emily's research files in hand. The gel's formula, its fatal flaw, and a list of 213 names. Future donors.
Whitmore's black SUV idled at the gate. He stepped out, a syringe glinting.
Last chance, Margot. Walk away rich.
I revved Hank's bike. I'd rather burn. We collided in a roar of metal and flame. The world burned in shades of orange and black. Hank's motorcycle lay twisted in the wreckage of Whitmore's SUV, flames licking the rain-soaked sky. I crawled from the debris, my left arm screaming where shrapnel had torn through muscle. Whitmore's body was pinned under the SUV's chassis, his hand still clutching the syringe. Fentanyl, the label read. Enough to kill a town, but his eyes were open, watching me.
You can't win.
He gurgled, blood frothing at his lips. I snatched the syringe. Watch me. The research facility's alarms wailed behind me, emergency lights staining the smoke red. Police helicopters thrummed in the distance. No time. Jesse was alive. Barely. Park had stabilized him in a supply closet, Emily's gel-infused heart beating erratically in his chest. His fingers trembled as he handed me a phone. Live footage of the facility burning on every major network.
They're saying it's a terrorist attack. You're the face of it.
I pulled up the files I'd stolen. Emily's research, the donor list, the gel's fatal flaw. Can you hack into the newsfeed?
Park's daughter had taught him a few tricks.
Within minutes, we'd hijacked the broadcast. The world saw what I saw. Emily's OR, her small body abandoned, tubes still dangling. The freezer, rows of labeled organs glowing under emergency lights. Boone's corpse, the raven tattoo peeking through dried blood. And finally, Whitmore's syringe, hovering over the Kingsley Cardiac Gel FDA-approved logo.
The CEO's response was swift. A press conference aired on the shattered lab TV. Eleanor Kingsley, late 60s, ice-blonde hair, eyes like a scalpel, stood flanked by senators.
A tragic hoax by a disturbed former employee, she declared. The real threat is Margo Fredrick herself. Then, a video played. Me injecting a patient with an unmarked vial. Me arguing with Hale. Me planting the lighter at the gas station. Deep fakes, flawless ones.
They framed Lila, Jesse whispered. Now they're framing you. The facility doors shuttered. SWAT teams.
Park shoved a flash drive into my hand.
Go, the quarry tunnels. They lead to the river.
Come with us.
He shook his head, nodding to his daughter's photo.
I bought her 3 months. Now I buy you 3 minutes.
He triggered the fire suppression system. Foam rained from the ceilings as SWAT breached the doors.
Jesse and I ran, the tunnel swallowing us whole. The river was high, the current vicious. Jesse's stitches split as we plunged into the water, the flash drive duct taped to my wrist.
Go! Without me! He gasped, going limp.
I dragged him onto a sandbar, CPR compressing his ribs. Lila's son, my failure. Again, he coughed up river water.
Why save me?
Because your mother loved you, I said, and love's the only thing they can't harvest.
Hank's boathouse was ash. Police tape fluttered in the wind. A note waited in the rubble, pinned by a knife. You should have taken the money. E. Kingsley. Inside, a live feed. Hank in an interrogation room, face bruised.
I don't know where she is.
The flash drive's contents seared my retinas. Project Phoenix 2.0 gene-edited organs sourced from death row inmates. Buyers, billionaires, politicians, celebrities. Next harvest 2 days. A private jet hangar, coordinates attached. Jesse slept fitfully as I cleaned my wounds with whiskey. The flash drive's final file was a voice memo. Hail Margo.
If you're hearing this, I'm gone. The hangar, it's where they keep the donors alive. Fresh, you know what to do.
A gun-safe combination followed.
I checked the revolver Hank had given me. 1 bullet left. The news buzzed with my face, my crimes, my inevitable demise. I texted the last number I had. You want a show? I'll give you one. Kingsley replied instantly. Hangar 5, midnight, come alone.
Hangar 5 rose from the gulf like a glass coffin, its walls reflecting the blood-orange hue of the setting sun. Inside, surgical lamps bathed rows of gurneys in cold light. Donors, alive, IVs dripping sedatives into their arms, stirred like ghosts. At the center, a stage had been erected, cameras trained on an operating table. Eleanor Kingsley stood in a white suit, her smile sharp enough to cut bone.
Welcome to the future of medicine, Miss Fredrick. We'll be streaming your procedure to very interested parties.
Hank knelt nearby, hands zip-tied, face swollen. A SWAT team flanked the exits, rifles raised.
I raised my empty hands. You forgot something, Eleanor Kingsley. Oh? Margot, the truth burns. I clicked Hank's detonator. The charges I'd planted in the quarry tunnels erupted. The hangar shuddered, glass fracturing into spiderwebs. Alarms wailed. Donors woke screaming. Eleanor didn't flinch. You think a little fire scares me? This is a sterile environment. Not anymore. I tossed Emily's heart label at her feet. Property of Kingsley Biomed. The world knows what you did to her. To all of them.
She glanced at the live feed, millions of viewers, hashtags exploding. Harvest of Shadows trended globally.
Cut the stream! She barked. Too late. Jesse emerged from the chaos, a fire axe in hand. He'd followed me. Idiot. Hero. Together we freed the donors, shepherding them toward the collapsing tunnels. Hank headbutted his guard, grabbing a fallen rifle.
Go! I'll hold him!
Eleanor drew a scalpel from her sleeve.
You've cost me billions. Funny, I said, circling her. You've cost me everything. She lunged. The blade grazed my throat. I slammed her into the operating table, her white suit staining red. This is for Wyatt, I hissed. And this, she spat, is for progress. Her thumb flicked a syringe, fentanyl, toward my jugular. A gunshot rang out.
She collapsed, clawing at the live feed camera.
I am immortal. The hangar roof cracked, flames raining down. Jesse, Margo! Jesse dragged me toward the exit as the ceiling caved. Hank didn't follow. We surfaced miles offshore, clinging to debris. Dawn bled across the horizon, the hangar a smoldering ruin. Police boats circled, spotlights skimming the waves. Jesse, they'll arrest you. Margo, I know. Jesse, then swim, disappear. I thought of Wyatt, of Lila, of the donors' faces. Somebody's got to bear witness. The spotlight found us. They called me a terrorist, a martyr, a liar.
The trial lasted 6 months. The video evidence? Deep fakes. Hank's testimony? Coerced. The donors? Paid actors. Kingsley Biomed rebranded. The cardiac gel? Discontinued quietly.
I got 25 to life. But here's the secret they don't tell you. Prisons have windows. And sometimes, when the light hits the bars just right, I swear I see Wyatt in the shadows, whole and laughing, the mountains at his back. Jesse sends letters. He's a paramedic now. Last one read, "They didn't kill you. You're still breathing. That's the win." Maybe he's right. Or maybe the win is the itch in my palms every time I see a scalpel. The way the night nurses whisper harvest of shadows like a prayer. The rumors of a flash drive copied and spreading, waiting to bloom. The South never cools down, and some fires don't die. I smile. The guard's new, young. His hands shake. You believe in second chances? I ask, palming the aspirin he offers.
I believe in the truth.
The flash drive taped under the table digs into my thigh. Me too, kid. Me too.
Okay, so we're diving right back into this this crazy story about organ harvesting and cover-ups,
right?
And betrayal.
Yeah.
And the story came from you.
That's right.
Our listeners.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for sharing this one. It is truly wild.
It's a wild ride.
A wild one.
Yeah.
So we're picking up with Margo Fredrick, a nurse who uncovered some truly horrifying secrets about this company called Kingsley Biomed.
Yes.
And, last time we left off, she was in a really tough spot.
Yeah, she was in trouble.
Like she was...
Wanted for arson, theft, and homicide.
That's right.
So
all kinds of things.
She's on the run, but she's more determined than ever to bring down this organization.
Yeah.
So we're going to unpack all of the crazy things that happen in this part of the story.
Okay.
So you ready to jump back in?
Absolutely.
Okay, so Margot, she finds herself at a gas station.
And she's face to face with Whitmore,
Oh, no.
who, as you recall, is just
Not a good guy.
not a nice guy at all.
Yeah.
And he's being very menacing,
Mm-hmm.
and he's sort of casually asking her about this heart.
Yeah.
That she supposedly stole.
Right.
But Margot is thinking on her feet, and
Yeah.
she realizes that she's got to do something desperate to get out of the situation. So she uses her surroundings,
Okay.
and she grabs a fuel hose.
Oh, wow.
Slashes it. Open gasoline goes everywhere.
That's a risky move.
Super risky.
Yeah.
And then she uses Leela's lighter
Oh, my God.
to set it on fire.
Oh, boy.
So it's a huge explosion. It creates total chaos.
Mhm.
And she spots an idling pickup truck.
Okay.
And in the truck is a Vietnam veteran.
Okay.
And this veteran, we come to learn, is named Hank.
Okay.
And she basically forces him at knife point
Oh, geez.
to drive her away from the gas station. Oh, wow.
So she escapes.
Yeah.
But, she's still...
That's a daring escape.
It's a crazy escape.
So using fire as a diversion,
Right?
I mean, that just shows you how
Yeah.
desperate she is at this point.
She's desperate.
Mm-hmm.
So they end up ditching this truck
Okay.
at this old boathouse along the Tombigbee River.
The Tombigbee River. Yeah.
And they're alone there.
Okay.
And this is where we start to see Hank
Mm-hmm.
sort of come around on Margot.
Oh.
Initially he's
he was forced.
he's forced to help her.
Mm-hmm.
He tends to woos her wounds though.
Okay.
And we find out that he actually recognizes Margot
Oh.
from the news reports.
Yeah.
And those news reports are painting her as this,
Right.
dangerous criminal.
Yeah.
So, but then something changes.
Right.
When Margot passionately tells him
Yeah.
that Kingsley Biomed killed her friend.
And that they're killing everyone.
Yeah.
It's like it clicks for Hank.
I see.
And he reveals that he has a personal connection to this whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
He says that he served with a veteran named Jonathan Pike,
Jonathan Pike.
who has mysteriously disappeared.
I see. So that's his connection.
That's his connection.
Okay.
And then Margot shows him the heart label
Yeah.
with Tessa Morales' name on it.
Right.
And Hank realizes that Kingsley might be targeting veterans
Oh, wow.
specifically for their organs.
That's terrible.
It's truly awful.
Yeah. Man.
And that realization just fuels his decision to help her.
Right.
So when the radio starts broadcasting
Yeah.
Margot's location,
Okay.
Hank gives her the keys to his motorcycle
Oh, wow.
and tells her about a storage locker in Mobile
Okay.
that belongs to Pike's old unit.
Okay.
And he urges her to search it for answers.
I see.
And then he says something really interesting. He says,
What's that?
Semper Fi sister. Semper Fi sister.
Yeah, so it's like there's this instant bond
Yeah.
between them
Yeah.
based on their shared experience
Wow.
in service.
Yeah.
So Margot follows this lead
Okay.
and heads to the storage locker.
All right.
And it's this locker number 117.
117.
Yeah, and inside she finds
Yeah.
all these unsettling clues.
Like what?
There are maps of Magnolia Mercy, which is the hospital where this whole nightmare began.
Mm-hmm.
There are invoices from Kingsley Biomed.
Oh, wow.
And then there's this USB drive that's labeled Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds ominous.
Yeah, it's very creepy.
Yeah.
But she's not alone for long.
Oh, no.
A man named Hale appears.
Hale.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's gaunt and desperate.
Okay.
And he's clutching a syringe.
Oh.
So Margot's understandably wary.
Oh.
She pulls out her knife.
Right.
But Hale isn't the threat that she expects.
Okay.
He's actually injecting himself with morphine.
And he explains that Kingsley has taken his daughter's body
Oh, wow.
and they won't even let him bury her.
Oh, my God.
Like, can you imagine that?
That's awful.
So
I
terrible.
feel so sad.
And then it gets crazier
Right.
because Hale recognizes the USB drive
Oh, no.
and he begs Margot to plug it in.
Oh, right.
So they do.
Yeah.
And it contains video footage
Okay.
of organ harvesting procedures.
Oh, wow.
And one of the videos shows Hale himself operating on a John Doe.
Okay.
And then you see Whitmore and Boone removing the heart
Oh, my God.
And the timestamp on this video matches the night that Tessa Morales died.
Oh, wow.
So Hale confesses the awful truth
Okay.
that Kingsley Biomed overdosed Tessa.
Oh, my.
And then they forced him to harvest her organs after she was already dead to cover it up.
To cover up the toxins.
Yeah, to make it look like, a natural death or something.
Oh, my goodness.
And then he reveals something even more disturbing. Oh, no.
He says that his own daughter, Emily, received a heart from a donor that Kingsley acquired through really questionable means.
Wow.
So it's just layer upon layer of just horrifying, behavior.
That's awful.
And then, as if things couldn't get any worse,
oh, no.
we hear this metallic click.
Oh, no.
And bullets start tearing through the locker door.
Oh, my gosh.
It's Boone.
Oh, no.
So Hale shoves Margot behind a crate to protect her and gives her a chance to escape.
I see.
And then Hale's last words are, run.
Oh, gosh.
And she does run.
Yeah.
She gets away with the USB drive.
Right.
And then she hears another gunshot.
Oh, no.
So Hale sacrificed himself to save Margot and to get that evidence out.
That's brave of him.
Yeah, it was so brave of him.
Sad.
So sad.
Yeah.
So at dawn,
yeah,
Margot finds herself at a library.
Okay.
And she uploads this video evidence to every news outlet.
And every website she can think of.
Wow.
Reddit threads, conspiracy forums everywhere. And the hashtag Harvest Off Shadows.
Harvest Off Shadows.
Starts trending.
Oh, why?
So it seems like, she's finally getting the truth out.
The truth is out there.
Right.
Yeah.
But of course, Kingsley Biomed is not going to just stand by and let this happen.
Of course not.
So
you're going to fight back.
Margot gets this creepy phone call about a phoenix rising from the ashes.
Phoenix rising from the ashes.
Yeah. Oh, boy. And then Kingsley's CEO goes on TV and announces this revolutionary new cardiac gel that supposedly eliminates the need for organ donors.
Oh, interesting.
So their stock prices go through the roof.
Of course, yeah.
And suddenly public opinion shifts.
Oh, wow.
And everyone's like, oh, well, this is amazing.
Right.
Kingsley's a good company.
A miracle cure.
They're doing great things.
Yeah.
Who is this Margot person? She's just trying to get attention. She's a criminal.
Yeah.
So it's just like...
Yeah, public opinion is so fickle.
So fickle.
Right.
And then to make matters worse,
yeah,
Whitmore sends her a text that just says checkmate.
Checkmate. Oh.
Yeah. And then she hears police sirens outside the library.
So she's still in trouble.
She's still wanted.
Yeah.
So it seems like she's trapped.
Right.
But she remembers two things.
Okay.
First, she remembers the label from Tessa's heart.
Mm-hmm.
So she has this physical evidence connecting Kingsley Biomed to these harvested organs.
Right.
And then she remembers what Hank told her
Okay.
about the location of Kingsley's research facility.
Okay.
And he called it the Hollow Mountain.
Hollow Mountain.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Margot knows that she has to get to this facility.
Right.
So she uses Hank's intel, and she finds this facility.
It's outside of Mobile?
Outside of Mobile, okay.
And it's carved into a quarry.
Wow.
Yeah. It's very
Yeah.
hidden and secret.
Right.
She manages to sneak onto the grounds.
Okay.
And she gets inside.
Okay.
And she eventually finds her way to OR 7.
Or 7.
And through the window, she sees a child on the operating table.
Oh, no.
It's Emily Kingsley,
Oh, wow.
the CEO's daughter.
I see.
Her chest is open,
Oh, gosh.
and a machine is pumping blood in place of her heart.
Oh, my.
So Emily is alive,
Yeah.
but she's clearly in really bad shape.
Yeah. So they're trying to save their own kid.
Right. It's like the
Yeah.
hypocrisy is just incredible.
Yeah. Wow.
And then Dr. Park
Yeah.
appears behind her.
Okay.
Do you remember him?
Oh, yeah. Dr. Parr.
Yeah, the anesthesiologist from Magnolia Mercy.
Yeah.
And he explains
Right.
that the cardiac gel has failed
Oh.
and that they are about to transplant a new heart into Emily.
And the donor is Jesse Dawson,
Oh, my God.
Leela's son.
Oh, geez.
So they brought him in under
really?
false pretenses, saying that he needed a physical for early release.
I see.
And now they're going to take his heart.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
They're sacrificing one life
Right.
to save another.
And it just shows you how little they care about
Yeah.
anyone but themselves.
Yeah.
So Dr. Park,
Okay.
he gives Margot a key card
A key card.
Yeah.
Okay.
to the storage freezer.
Right.
And he tells her that the evidence she needs is in there.
Oh, wow.
And he explains that his own daughter is on Kingsley's list.
Oh, jeez.
So he's trying to help Margot,
Right.
but also trying to save his own child.
Yeah.
So Margot goes to the freezer.
Okay.
And, oh my gosh.
What's in there?
It's like rows and rows of coolers.
Oh, wow.
And they're all tagged with names.
Okay.
Tessa Morales.
Yeah.
Jonathan Pike. And
So all the missing people.
yeah.
Oh, gosh.
She opens one of them.
Okay.
And there are organs floating in this cryo fluid.
Wow.
And they're all marked with barcodes.
Oh, wow.
So it's just like this inventory.
It's like a warehouse.
Yeah, a warehouse.
Of body parts.
With body parts.
Oh, that's so disturbing.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
But then a security camera blinks.
Oh, no.
And Margot realizes that she's been caught.
Oh, no.
And just then, the freezer door slams shut.
Oh, geez.
And Whitmore's voice is on the intercom.
Oh, no.
And he's like, "You're trapped."
Oh, gosh.
So the temperature starts dropping.
Right.
And Margot's basically locked in this freezer
Yeah.
with all these bodies.
Oh, man.
But she doesn't give up.
Okay.
She remembers Lila's lighter.
Right.
And she uses it to burst a coolant pipe.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
liquid nitrogen
Yeah.
bursts out,
Oh, I see.
shatters the door,
Yeah.
and she's able to escape.
Okay.
So she gets out of the freezer, and the alarms are going off,
Right.
and she runs back to Emily's OR.
Okay.
And it is just chaos.
Oh, no.
Jesse is on the table. He's convulsing.
Oh, my gosh.
His chest is open.
Right.
Boone is trying to stop the bleeding,
Oh, jeez.
and Margot confronts him.
Okay.
And they have this just brutal fight.
Oh, wow.
And in the middle of it all,
Yeah.
Emily's heart monitor flatlines.
Oh, no.
Boone just freezes.
Yeah.
And you can see on his face that he realizes that the
No.
cardiac gel didn't work.
Yeah.
It failed.
Right.
And Margot takes advantage of that moment of
Right.
distraction, and she kills Boone.
Oh, God.
So now
So Boone's dead?
Boone's dead, Emily's dead, and
no.
Jesse is dying.
Yeah.
So
Oh, man.
Margot does something incredible.
What's that?
She takes Emily's heart
Oh, wow.
and grafts it into Jesse's chest.
Oh, my God.
It's like this last-ditch effort
A Hail Mary.
to save him.
Yeah.
And amazingly, yeah.
It works.
What?
Jesse's pulse comes back.
Oh, wow.
He even calls out for his mother.
Oh, my goodness.
But the police are swarming the facility now.
Oh, no.
And Margot knows she has to get out of there.
Right.
So she grabs Emily's research files.
Okay.
Which include the formula for this cardiac gel
Right.
and a list of future donors.
Okay.
And she runs.
Right.
But as she's trying to escape, she runs into Whitmore again.
Oh, no.
At the gate.
At the gate.
Yeah. And he offers her a way out.
Oh, really?
He says that he'll give her a ton of money if
Right.
she just walks away and keeps quiet.
Okay.
But Margot refuses.
Yeah.
She's not going to be silenced.
Right.
And so they have this huge fight.
Oh, wow.
And their cars collide in this fiery crash.
Oh, my gosh.
Margot survives.
Okay.
But Whitmore is pinned under his SUV.
Oh.
And he's dying.
I see.
And as he's dying, he's clutching a syringe of fentanyl.
Oh, wow.
And he tells her that she can't win.
Oh, jeez.
Like this last,
Right.
attempt to break her.
Yeah.
But Margot's defiant.
Right.
She takes the syringe from him,
Oh.
and then she leaves him there to die.
Okay.
So Jesse is alive
Yeah.
thanks to
Our story.
Emily's heart.
Yeah.
And Dr. Park is taking care of him
I see.
in this supply closet
Okay.
at the facility.
All right.
But the news is already reporting on this whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
And they're calling it a terrorist attack.
Of course.
And they're saying that Margot is responsible.
Oh, gosh.
So Margot and Park,
Yeah.
they hack into the live news feed.
Oh, wow.
It's a very risky move.
Yeah.
But they show the world what's really going on.
Okay.
They show Emily's abandoned ore,
Mm-hmm.
the freezer full of organs,
Right.
Boone's body,
Yeah.
and the fentanyl syringe next to the Kingsley logo.
Oh, wow.
And then Margot speaks directly to the camera,
Okay.
and she calls the cardiac gel a time bomb.
A time bomb.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, so she got the truth out.
She gets the truth out.
Yeah.
But then Eleanor Kingsley,
Right.
the CEO,
Yes.
holds this press conference.
Right.
And she uses deepfake.
Deepfakes.
Yeah, to make it look like Margot is this crazy person who made this whole thing up.
Oh, jeez.
So it's like,
Public opinion swayed again.
again. And the SWAT team is closing in on the facility.
Right.
So Dr. Park helps Margot and Jesse escape
Yep,
through
okay.
these underground quarry tunnels.
I see.
And he sacrifices himself
Oh, God.
to give them time.
That's so brave.
It's incredibly brave.
Yeah.
So they get out through these tunnels.
Yeah.
But Jesse's condition is worsening.
Oh, no.
Margot's exhausted.
Okay.
She's injured.
Yeah.
They go to Hank's boathouse.
Okay.
But it's completely destroyed.
Oh, no.
There's a note from Eleanor Kingsley.
Oh, jeez.
And there's a live feed playing on a monitor.
Okay.
That shows Hank being interrogated.
Oh, wow.
And then Margot watches the rest of the flash drive.
Okay.
And it reveals Project Phoenix 2.0.
Project Phoenix 2.0.
Yeah, which is even worse than the original.
What is?
So they're basically using gene-edited organs from death row inmates.
Oh, gosh.
And there's a list of buyers, and it's like all these rich and powerful people.
Oh, wow.
And the flash drive also has the location for the next planned harvest.
Oh, no.
And it's at this private jet hangar.
Okay.
So Margot finds this damaged device
Yeah.
that has a posthumous message from Hale.
Oh, wow.
And Hale reveals that the hangar isn't just a transfer point, but it's the actual place where they're keeping the donors alive.
Oh, jeez.
Until they need their organs.
Oh, wow.
So Margot, she has one bullet left in Hank's revolver.
Yeah.
And she records this message for Eleanor Kingsley.
Okay.
Basically saying, like, I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
This ends now.
Right.
Okay. So she arrives at Hangar 5.
All right.
And it's like this horrifying scene.
Yeah.
There are live donors on gurneys.
Wow.
They're all sedated.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a staged operating table in the middle.
Oh, jeez.
With cameras everywhere.
Right.
And Eleanor Kingsley's there.
Okay.
And she's dressed in white.
Oh, wow.
And she's got this like smug look on her face.
Oh, boy.
And Hank is there too.
Oh, no.
He's a captive.
Oh, gosh.
So Margot walks in and she says, the truth burns.
The truth burns.
Yeah. And then she triggers the explosives that she planted under the hangar.
Okay. So she blew it up.
It's a huge explosion.
Oh, my God.
And Eleanor is just like dismissive at first.
Like,
She's like,
no big deal.
oh, this is nothing.
Yeah.
But then Margot reveals Emily's heart label.
Oh, wow.
And she holds it up to the cameras.
Okay.
And it's like undeniable proof that Kingsley Biomed is behind all of this.
Right. And then out of nowhere, Jesse shows up.
Oh, wow.
He's still weak.
Yeah.
But he's got this fire axe.
Oh, jeez.
And he and Margot start working together to free the donors.
I see.
And Hank sees his chance.
All right.
And he makes a run for it.
Okay.
And distracts the guards.
Right.
And then Margot and Eleanor, they have this confrontation.
Oh,
and just then you hear a gunshot.
Oh, my wow.
He shot Eleanor Kingsley.
Oh, gosh.
So the hangar is collapsing.
Right.
And Jesse drags Margot out of there.
Okay.
Just in time.
Wow. So they got away.
They got away. They end up in the water.
Okay.
Clinging to debris.
Yeah.
And they watch as the hangar sinks.
Wow.
Jesse wants to run. He wants to disappear.
Right.
But Margot decides to stay.
Oh, wow.
She knows that she has to face the consequences.
Yeah.
She has to bear witness to what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So in the epilogue,
we learn that despite all the evidence, Margot is convicted and sentenced to 25 years to life in prison.
Oh, gosh.
Kingsley Biomed rebrands. They quietly discontinue the cardiac gel, and they basically just get away with it.
Oh, my.
But Margot, she never gives up hope.
Okay.
Jesse visits her regularly, and there are rumors that the flash drive is out there, that people are copying it and sharing it.
Wow.
So there's still a chance that the truth might come out.
Right.
And the episode ends with Margot in her prison cell, and she's still defiant.